FMCG stocks are making quite a bit of noise in a very silent market, as you can see on the screen. Almost all of the FMCG stocks are down by 3, 4, even 9% during intraday. Hey guys, welcome to Goodwill's Post Market Report. And as you can see, I have the Nifty chart here, opened almost flat and then just again another sideways market, just like we saw on Friday's session. And Bank Nifty is no exception. Again, very similar sideways market, but we could see a little bit of more momentum in Bank Nifty compared to Nifty. And one particular level that I will be watching in tomorrow's market is this upper trend line, which has taken resistance almost 3-4 times, and today also it respected it very nicely. So on the upper hand, this is a level that I might be watching in tomorrow's market. And next off, let's get back to the main news of the day, that is FMCG stocks. As you can see, it all started when Godrej Consumer basically released a statement saying, we will witness another just a single digit growth in the next quarter, that is quarter 3. So if you just look at below the chart that I have here, if you look at December 2023, they have made 2,200 crores worth of net sales. And in September 2024, after 4 quarters, again, it's very close to the amount at 2,300 crores, still about, a healthy 6 to 7% growth. But compared to the overall market, clearly FMCG stocks are struggling. And now again, they're saying, in the next quarter as well, you can expect the margin to go down and you can expect the sales to also have a very single digit growth. So clearly, this is a bad news for the whole sector, especially after we saw that inflation data said, there's a food inflation is happening, and because of that, the whole inflation data was inflated, mainly driven by the FMCG food inflation. So clearly, not only is it dragging the economy, even the stocks are now falling as a result. As you can see, Hindustan Unilever down by 3.6%. And next off, we have Godrej Consumer, which took a big hit today, almost 9% down, but I think settled around 8.5%. And then we have Marico, which is down by almost 4%, and Dabur India as well, which is almost down about 3.5%. As you can see, all of them opened with a huge gap up and still continued on their downward trajectory. So which actually basically tells you how bearish the whole FMCG sector has gotten over this particular news. And as you can see, I have the chart of Nifty's FMCG index on a daily time frame. This is 1 day time frame. As you can see clearly, for the last couple of months, like I mentioned, even after every month on month, when we noticed the inflation data was inflated because of the food inflation, FMCG was taking a hit. But today we noticed another big red candle. Clearly not the first. We had noticed it earlier whenever the inflation data and GDP data came out, and today again we notice a big clearly in another strong support zone. Clearly, I feel like following the bad news is we will be able to see those 55,500 levels again. Very curious to know if market will hold that particular level. And next off, unlike FMCG, the textile sector is having a superb day today. Gokaldas Exports, Wellspun, even a retail favorite stock, Trident, all were up by a huge amount, 10 to 14% today. The main reason behind this is because a Bangladeshi's Beximco group is basically apparently trying to sell about 32 firms. And now here's the thing. A lot of European countries depend upon Bangladesh to source their textiles. Now, since one of the biggest Bangladeshi textile companies trying to sell, and there are speculations that Indian companies might buy those, or there will be clearly, if they're selling their business, that means they might be closing it down, which actually results in Indian companies like Trident, Gokaldas Exports, and Wellspun to go up, because they will clearly be getting those US or UK European orders now instead of Bangladesh. So this is a great news for the entire textile sector, and we saw the market reacting very sharply to it. Next up, we have CR shares, obviously known for their tires, and today it was up by a whopping almost hit its upper circuit in the morning, but later as you can see, I have the daily candle over here, formed a very huge wick on the upside. So clearly in the morning there was a huge wave as soon as they announced that there's a company called Camsos, and they make something called as off-highway tires, and they wanted to acquire that company for a whopping $224 million. It's a very strategic acquisition for the company. So clearly the market is reacting very nicely to it. But however, the closing is a bit concerning, considering it closed way below where it made its today's high, as you can see over here. And next off, we have Paytm shares. It has seen its down moves, clearly it has come a long way. We noticed Paytm going through a lot of financial trouble, especially with RBI, and now I think they're back on their feet, clearly hitting a all-time 52-week high. After basically Paytm is owned by a company called as 195 Communication. All right, so this is a Singapore-based company, and they want to sell a app called TakePay. Basically, this is there in Japan. So clearly they want to sell it for 2,300 crores, and this will clearly result in a huge one-time gain for the company. So stock has hit a 52-week high. And next up we have Hyundai Motors. Clearly auto sector was in a bit of a I would say, on a positive momentum, because Honda especially is apparently trying to ramp up EV infrastructure with about 600 charging stations, that to fast charging stations. Over the next 7 years, they want to create these in India. So clearly a great news for the EV sector as well as the automotive sector. And next up we have Blackstone based, basically Blackstone, sort of the biggest investment banking company. They have invested in this company called as Gemological Institute, International Gemological Institute, IGI, and now they're coming out with an IPO. They're trying to raise 4,000 crore at a price band of 397 to 497, and this will start from 13th of December to 17th of December. To get more details about this particular IPO, please head over to website. I'll leave a link down below in the description and in the comment section. You can read more about the company, the financials, and the routes at which the company has grown. And next off, we have Mishtan Foods. I mentioned about this particular stock in my previous video as well, which was down by 36% in just a matter of 2 days, because SEBI basically sent a notice of, I think there was something about a huge 100 crore mismatch in the funds apparently. So clearly we are able to notice that in the stock price is down by 36% in just a matter of two days.
If you're a trader following market calls and tips for day trading, use our tool RNT, Research and Trade. All you have to do is link RNT to your trading account, then just sit and relax. Turn trading into business at app.gwcindia.live. Check out description for more details.
Disclaimer. Investments in the securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.